Ever wonder where your food comes from? Sure, the supermarket. You walk down those aisles picking up neatly packaged goods, never really questioning their origins. But have you ever stopped to think about the journey your food takes before it lands on those shelves? But before that, try picturing a building the size of a small city, humming with machinery, churning out tons of protein. This isn't just any building. It's a colossal industrial complex, a behemoth of modern engineering designed to produce food on an unimaginable scale. Not your grandpa's farm, folks. This is the future of food, and it's already here. These high-tech farms and production facilities are a far cry from the pastoral scenes of yesteryear. Instead of rolling fields and grazing animals, think rows of gleaming machinery and automated production lines. Welcome to the world's largest protein factory. This sprawling complex is a marvel of modern technology designed to meet the ever-growing demand for protein in our diets. It's a place where science and industry converge to create the food of the future. You won't find this behemoth on any tourist map. It exists in the shadows, a testament to our insatiable appetite and the lengths we'll go to satisfy it. Feed me! Hidden away in remote locations, these factories operate out of sight and out of mind, quietly producing the protein that fuels our lives. Inside, a symphony of steel and steam cranks out protein cheaper and faster than ever before. But at what cost? The relentless pursuit of efficiency and profit has led to a system where the human touch is all but eliminated, replaced by cold, unfeeling machinery. Proponents, those chipper chaps in lab coats, call it a marvel of efficiency, the answer to world hunger. They argue that these factories are the key to feeding a growing global population, providing a steady supply of affordable protein to those who need it most. They'll dazzle you with charts and graphs, promising a future overflowing with cheap, readily available protein. The data is compelling, showing how these factories can produce more food with fewer resources, reducing the strain on our planet's ecosystems. Sounds great, right? Almost too good to be true. The vision they paint is one of abundance and prosperity, where no one goes hungry and food is plentiful for all.
Plenty of food, plenty of booze, no people.
But is this vision realistic? Or is it just a pipe dream? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get weird. As we delve deeper into the world of industrial food production, we'll uncover the hidden truths and ethical dilemmas that come with it. From environmental impacts to questions about food safety and quality, there's more to this story than meets the eye. So stay tuned as we explore the complex and often controversial world of where our food comes from. Let's talk turkey, or rather the lack thereof. See, not everyone's swallowing the protein factory Kool-Aid. Whispers of dissent echo from the fringes, questioning the true cost of this so-called miracle. Farmers, pushed to the brink by this industrial Goliath, mutter about unfair competition, about the soul being ripped out of agriculture.
Environmentalists, those tree-hugging hippies, warn of the ecological impact, the mountains of waste, the energy this protein-pumping behemoth devours. And then there are the ethicists, bless their bleeding hearts, fretting about the implications of factory-farmed, well, everything. It's not natural, they cry, waving their organic carrots like tiny, ineffectual protest signs.
And you know what? They've got a point. We're tinkering with the very building blocks of life here, folks, but hey, who needs a little frankenfood when you've got profits to consider, right?
Here we go. Profit, profit, profit.
What exactly goes on within those sterile, echoing halls? Good question. The company line is a carefully curated blend of science and marketing buzzwords designed to impress and obfuscate in equal measure. Cellular agriculture, they call it, like it's as simple as growing a chia pet. But scratch the surface and things get murky. Rumours swirl of genetically modified organisms, of Frankensteinian concoctions cobbled together in test tubes.
The scientists, tight-lipped and evasive, assure us it's all perfectly safe. Trust the science, they urge, which is precisely what people say when they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
Independent studies are scarce, conveniently disappearing faster than a vegan at a BBQ. Coincidence? Perhaps. Or perhaps not. After all, when you're dealing with technology this potentially disruptive, it pays to keep a tight lid on things, literally.
Keep your mouth shut.
Remember that juicy burger you devoured last week? The one that made your taste buds dance and left you craving for more? Think it came from a happy cow grazing in a field, living a peaceful life under the sun. Think again, friend. The reality might be far from that picturesque scene. It might have been grown in a lab, cobbled together from cells harvested from who knows where. Appetizing, right? Imagine a sterile environment where scientists in white coats meticulously cultivate meat cells in vats, far removed from the green pastures and open skies.
Don't worry, they add flavor packets. These packets are designed to mimic the taste of real meat, ensuring that your lab-grown burger tastes just like the one from your favorite diner. The industry insists it's identical to the real deal, maybe even better. They claim that lab-grown meat is more consistent, free from the imperfections and variations found in traditional meat. No antibiotics, they crow, conveniently ignoring the cocktail of chemicals required to grow meat in a vat. While it's true that lab-grown meat doesn't require antibiotics, it does rely on a complex mix of nutrients and growth factors to develop.
But what about the taste, the texture, the sheer joy of sinking your teeth into a real, honest-to-goodness burger, replaced by this? Can a lab-grown burger truly replicate the experience of biting into a freshly grilled patty with its perfect balance of juiciness and char?
And what happens when this technology falls into the wrong hands? The potential for misuse is staggering. Imagine a world where anyone with a basement lab can whip up a batch of bespoke burgers, no cows harmed. It sounds like a utopia for animal lovers, but the reality could be far more complex. Sounds great until you realize it also means someone could cook up a batch of, well, let's just say the possibilities are as terrifying as they are endless. The same technology that allows for the creation of lab-grown meat could also be used to produce other, less savory products. The line between innovation and danger becomes increasingly blurred. So next time you bite into a burger, take a moment to ponder its origins. Is it a product of nature or a marvel of modern science? The choice and the future of our food is in our hands. As we move forward, we must weigh the benefits and risks of lab-grown meat. It promises sustainability and ethical advantages, but also brings new challenges and ethical dilemmas. The journey of our food from farm to table is evolving, and it's up to us to navigate this brave new world.
Boy, it's scary out there.
Cheap protein sounds great in theory. Imagine a world where everyone has access to affordable, nutritious food. It's a vision that promises to end hunger and malnutrition, providing a solution to one of humanity's oldest problems. It could feed the world, solve hunger, usher in a new era of culinary abundance. Imagine the possibilities: no child going to bed hungry, no family struggling to put food on the table. The promise of cheap protein is nothing short of revolutionary. But as with all things, there's a catch. The fine print often hides the true cost. What are we really giving up in exchange for this seemingly miraculous solution? The reality is more complex and far less rosy, because someone always pays the price. The hidden costs are often borne by those who can least afford it. The farmers, the environment, and even our health may be at risk.
In this case, it's the farmers, the backbone of our food system for millennia, now rendered obsolete by a machine. These are the people who have dedicated their lives to growing our food, who understand the land and the seasons in a way no machine ever could. Their livelihoods, their way of life, crushed beneath the wheels of progress. The fields they once tended are now sites for factories, their skills deemed irrelevant in a world that values efficiency over tradition.
And what happens when the machines break down? When the supply chains falter? When the power goes out? The fragility of this new system becomes apparent. We are placing our trust in technology, but technology is not infallible. Who feeds the world then? The protein factory. The very system designed to ensure abundance could become a bottleneck, leading to shortages and crises. Or the farmers it spent decades pushing out of business. The knowledge and skills of traditional farming are not easily replaced. Once lost, they may be gone forever, leaving us vulnerable.
It's a gamble, folks, a roll of the dice with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. We are betting on a future that may not be as secure as we hope. The stakes are incredibly high. But hey, at least we'll have cheap protein, right? The shelves will be stocked, the price is low. But at what cost? The convenience and affordability come with hidden consequences. Assuming, of course, you can stomach the taste, and the ethical implications. The quality of this cheap protein is often questionable, and the methods used to produce it raise serious ethical concerns. And the lingering fear that we might be creating a problem far bigger than the one we're trying to solve. Environmental degradation, loss of biodiversity, and social upheaval are just some of the potential consequences. We must ask ourselves, is it worth it?
Is it worth it?